Well, hello! Today I'm sharing with you our family's favorite deviled eggs recipe. These are the best, most flavorful deviled eggs we have ever had. Beware though, they go quick, so you may want to double the recipe. Alright, stick around guys, I'm going to show you how we make these. So of course for deviled eggs, we are going to need hard-boiled eggs. This recipe uses a dozen hard-boiled eggs, but I always like to throw in 1 or 2 extras just in case some break in the cooking process. So we'll start with our eggs in a pot, cover them with water, and we're going to bring this up to a boil. Once your water has come up to a rolling boil, go ahead and let those cook at that high boil for 5 minutes. Then turn the heat off, place a lid on the pot, and let them continue to sit in that hot water for 5 more minutes to finish cooking. Alright, so our eggs are done cooking, so we're going to get them out of this hot water to stop the cooking process. We don't want to overcook these eggs. We want those yolks to be nice and bright yellow. So we're going to drain this hot water, replace it with some fresh cold water, and add some ice cubes into the pot. And we'll let the eggs continue to sit for another 5 minutes in this cold ice water. Alright, our hard-boiled eggs are all cooled down. We're going to drain this water, and we're ready to peel them. Okay, our eggs are all peeled. You can see why I wanted to do a couple extras, because there's always 1 or 2 that don't peel just right for us. So we're going to set that one aside to snack on later. The rest of these are ready to be turned into our deviled eggs. So we'll start by slicing them each in half lengthwise into 2 even halves. You can tell that we cooked these just perfectly because the yolks are completely golden and there's no grayish greenish ring around the edge of that yolk. So now we'll remove the yolks from the whites. Now place those yolks into a separate bowl, give them a little smash. And now we are ready to add all the other ingredients that are going to make these the best deviled eggs. Now our first ingredient is really one of the secrets as far as I'm concerned. We are using a 1/4 cup of Miracle Whip. Yes, you heard me right, Miracle Whip. There are very, very few things that I use Miracle Whip in, but deviled eggs is definitely one of them. We are also adding a 1/4 cup of mayonnaise, a teaspoon of yellow mustard, a 1/4 teaspoon of salt, 1/8 of a teaspoon of black pepper, 1/8 of a teaspoon of onion powder, 1/8 of a teaspoon of garlic powder, a 1/4 teaspoon of paprika, 1 teaspoon of dried parsley, and 2 tablespoons of milk. If you'd like to make this dairy-free, I'd recommend that you use rice milk since it has a nice mild flavor. And we'll give this all a quick mix to somewhat combine it all together. Now if you have an immersion blender, I recommend you get it out here. We want to make this filling as smooth as possible. So the immersion blender makes that a real quick, easy way to get this filling nice and smooth. If you don't have one, that's okay. You can use a potato masher or even just the back of a spoon to try to smash up the chunks of the yolks as best you can. Alright, that looks good. We're looking nice and smooth now. So we are going to spoon our filling mixture into a piping bag or a large Ziploc bag. We're going to fit this with an open star tip, which is going to make a really pretty shape to our filling. Of course, if you don't have the open star tip, you can just use the bag to pipe it in easily. And now that our eggs are all filled, the finishing touch, we'll sprinkle them with a little bit of paprika just to make them look extra special. And then these babies are ready to serve. Look at how beautiful they are. That piping bag really does make the biggest difference in the presentation. But that smooth, flavorful filling is really what will have everybody coming back for more of these deviled eggs. That miracle whip and the mustard really give it a nice zing, and all the flavor from just those little bit of added spices really make these top-notch. And that is it. That is all it takes to make the best, most flavorful deviled eggs you have ever had. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. If you did, please hit the like button, subscribe to our channel, and hit the notification bell to receive notifications on all of our future videos.